Hi, I'm Evelyn Johansson. Welcome to my channel. If you like videos like this one, where we discuss the mindset, the processes, and the practices of how to manifest an epically amazing life, then go ahead and like and comment and share. Today we're going to talk about the one simple shift that will dramatically improve your life. Are you ready? Have you ever thought about your thoughts? If you've started to awaken and you have been on this journey of awakening or of healing or of transcending your old self or of changing your beliefs, you probably have thought a lot about your thoughts, right? What am I thinking right now? What am I programmed to think? Why am I thinking these things? And thoughts are very important when it comes to changing what you want in your outer reality. It all starts with a thought. As you'll know in the 8 levels of manifestation that I talk about so clearly in my program and other videos. But there's one thing that I really want to talk about today, and it totally changed my life when I started making this shift. What kind of questions do you ask yourself? If you change the questions that you are asking yourself, you can dramatically change the outcome of your life. How? Let's just take some examples. When I was younger, I was programmed a certain way, and I was also programmed to think certain things. But what I didn't realize was that within the question itself, it already assumed something about me. It already had within it a belief contained in it that was a judgment on me. I would ask questions like, why doesn't he like me? Why am I not good enough? Why is life so hard? Why can't I ever get what I want? And you see how those questions, they can't ever have a good answer, right? Because there are no good answers for those questions. But what happens is when you ask your mind a question, your mind just automatically comes up with the answers, and it starts telling you, well, okay, let's see. She's asking, why am I not good enough? So I got to come up with reasons for why she's not good enough. Because she's not smart enough, she's not thin enough, she's not pretty enough, she's not good enough, she made a mistake during this time, she embarrassed herself, your mind just starts coming up with all these answers to the questions that you ask yourself. So, start to be really aware of the questions that you ask yourself on a daily basis. And let me tell you a funny story. So the other day I was taking my daughter to school, and on the street that we live, it's usually pretty quiet, when we get out of the subdivision and onto the main road, except for usually when we go to school, because we have a school that's right down the street, and that's when all the parents are coming and driving and taking their kids. And so I just asked this question out loud. I'm driving there, and there's all these cars coming and going and coming. I can't get out. I was standing there for like 2 minutes, and I can't get out, so I start to get frustrated, and I say out loud, could there be any more cars on this road? And then my daughter turns to me. She's 14 years old, and she's been listening to me, with all my manifestation talk, and even though she doesn't want to really hear it, I know that she's somewhat absorbing it. She turns to me, and she said, Mom, the universe is going to just give you more cars if that's the question that you ask. And I thought, oh my God. She was exactly right. So the next morning what I did was I said, okay, how can I just relax and find an easy route to school next day and not stress about things? And how can we just have a good, enjoyable ride to school? And so instead of focusing on it, there's so many cars and I can never get out, by asking that question, I was like, okay, there's cars here, but I could actually take a moment to talk to my daughter and see, what she's thinking and what plans she has for the day, or I could do any other number of things. I can enjoy the view. We have beautiful mountains here in Utah. I can enjoy the flowers because it's spring and flowers are blooming everywhere. I can just take a moment to feel my inner being and to set my intention for the day and to remind myself of what an amazing day could be, right? So you have an unlimited amount of options. Does that necessarily change how many cars are going to be going there on a certain day? Not necessarily, but in the making a decision to ask a better question, my day just became 100 times better because I was able to find joy and I was able to give my attention to what would create joy and happiness and contentment in my life. Asking better questions will give you a much better life. So start to list off the questions that are better questions for you. Stop yourself if there's a negative question like, why can't I ever get this done? Or, oh my God, how am I ever gonna do this? Or, why is life so hard? Or why does this take so long, right? Those kind of questions. They might seem like they're not important in the moment, but it just takes a little thought to kick in a negative spiral where things just start to go down and down and down. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was valuable to you. I'd love to see your comments, love to see your likes, your shares, and I'd love to see you in the group Manifestation Academy where we can all come together and co-create a better experience for all of us. Thank you so much and have a great day.